What's up, YouTube? We got some pretty freaking cool news. Welcome to the Demi Splains of elemental shit. It has gotten a rework, right? So this is what it currently looks like. Standard attack with any weapon that adds the damage of a random element. It's literally an auto attack. It has no animations. The way that it works is it chooses randomly between getting extra fire, extra cold, extra lightning damage. Has some increased chance to freeze, shock, and ignite, and some random damage, right? No damage scaling. Literally, like most skills have a high damage scaling. Like for example, where's my frenzy? I don't know where I put it. Frenzy, right? Frenzy has a 136.6% of base damage, so that's a multiplier to your starting damage, right? Most skills have that, and it goes up to like, I think the highest is like 190%, so it's a 1.9 times multiplier. This has none. It just gives you a little tiny bit of flat damage. That's like the equivalent of a level like 18 maybe added cold. It's not a lot. It's really, this is a level 21 gem, right? That's the only way to scale that damage, is to make the level higher. So it's trash. That's why everybody calls it Ellie shit. But today, we got an elemental skill revamp. So that's cool. Let's read it together. As part of our effort to revamp many existing skills in Content Update 3.3, Incursion League, coming in 8 days, 7 days from now? I don't know what date it is right now. We're also making some improvements to elemental shit. Today's news shares more details about what's happening, and a video from ZD where it interviews Rory about Vol skills. Sure, Elemental Hit is receiving a large mechanical change, as well as some damage adjustments with the goal of bringing it in line with other impactful skills. Implying it literally has no impact right now. It will still choose a random element of damage to deal with each attack, but it will not deal any other type of damage with that attack. For example, if cold damage is chosen, that attack will only deal cold damage. It's also important to note Elemental Hit cannot deal the same type of damage sequentially unless it can only deal one type of damage. More on that later. So that means that it'll work with L Equilibrium correctly, the way that a lot of people think it does right now. Right now it's random which one it chooses, so you could hit lightning, and just deal less damage with L Equilibrium. They've also increased the chance to freeze, shock, and ignite at level 1. It is now 30% and scales up to 49% at level 20. That's huge. 49% chance to freeze, shock, and ignite, like with an Elementalist with Elemental Prolift from the Ascendancies or whatever. That's huge. Or if you just link the Ele Prolift gem, you could just spread your ignites and your freezes and shocks around for a lot of damage. So, each hit from Elemental Hit causes a small explosion which deals damage in an area around the monster. Hits against monsters that are affected by an ailment will cause a much larger explosion. Okay, so once you have all three of these active on an enemy, you get huge explosions around the target, right? For example, if you hit a frozen monster with cold damage, it will create a much larger explosion. Elemental Hit attacks deal 10% more damage per ailment on the enemy, so if you have all 4 elemental ailments on your target, you get 40% more damage. So that's freeze, shock, chill, and ignite. This doesn't include chill. You may be wondering how you focus an element of your choice. The answer lies in a new jewel that we're adding in Content Update 3.3 with 3 variations. Each variation of the jewel supports Ellie Hit in a different but similar way. So you can make it deal, or you can make it not deal cold, so it just flickers between fire, lightning, fire, lightning, fire, lightning. Make it not deal lightning for fire, cold, fire, cold. Make it deal not fire for cold, lightning, right? That's kind of cool. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool. I don't really like the fact that they have to use unique jewels to make the skill not garbage, but this does make you able to specialize into a specific damage type if you so choose, right? You could make it pure fire damage with 2 of these, but losing 2 abyss jewels or 2 regular jewels or other unique jewels on your tree to make this enable, I don't like that. It's the same as like the threshold jewels. Like Frostbolt, for example, you're basically always going to have 2 Frostbolt jewels for the extra projectiles and extra cold pen. With Glacial Cascade, you're probably going to always want to take 2 of them if you're mapping, so you can get the extra AoE and the extra conversion. It's just really annoying when it comes to scaling into endgame because you have to use these jewels. Each variation of the jewel has a unique property that restricts the type of elemental damage, so there's 1 of each type, Crimson, Viridian, Cobalt. Socket 2 of these jewels in your tree, instead you have an elemental hit that only deals fire. On the other hand, socket just 1 and you'll have a skill that deals fire and cold damage. Remember, we noted that you can't deal the same damage type sequentially, so you have a skill that pairs very nicely with L Equilibrium. Each attack will alternate between the type of damage, taking full advantage of the reduced resistances. Really cool. And finally, gone are the days of an elemental hit that lacks unique visual effects. It only took a couple years, but that's okay. And then here's the preview. Let's go ahead and watch this together. Wow, amazing. So that's with the melee weapons, right? Looks like it's pretty respectable AoE, actually. And then you can also use it with bows and wands. It looks very, very interesting as a damage clearing skill. Like, this could be the new wand elemental, or if they like nerf kinetic blast into the ground, then this could be the new clear skill, because it works with, I believe it works with wands, right? Am I dumb? Never mind, I lied, I'm sorry, it only works with bow and melee. So that means it could replace tornado shot as the main clear for bows. They don't show the actual gem here, so I don't know how exactly the damage is gonna work. But if it's the same as this, but it just gets the 40% more damage per ailment, I'm gonna be a little annoyed because it doesn't have a scaling thing at all. But it will be able to receive the AoE tag, which is huge. So it'll be attack, melee, fire, cold, lightning, area, bow. That's a lot of ways to scale. For those that don't know, these tags are what allow you to like scale things, right? So if you have a jewel that says, like, I don't know, do I have an example? Physical damage with bows, projectile damage. That would work with this. Crit multi with Ellie, crit multi with fire, crit multi with lightning, crit multi with cold. Like, all of those work for elemental hit. So it's very easy to find a rare jewel that would scale the damage very, very high. And the fact that it works with Ellie Equilibrium, which is also getting a rework, it's not going to stay like this to the negative 50% resistance thing. This would just be straight up another 50% more damage, which is a problem, right? So they're nerfing this slightly. We don't know exactly how that's going to get nerfed, but it'll make this skill a lot better. Also, I mean, even if you didn't use one of these, you can get enough generic elemental penetration on the tree that, like, you'll be able to still get global all pen and then be able to like use all 3 elements basically. Like, it's kind of awkward because if you want to get fire pen, you have to take lava lash. It's the only node on the tree that gives fire pen, and then we have cold, fangs of frost, cold pen right here, but the lightning pen is way the fuck up here. So it's kind of awkward if you wanted to get all 3 of those. You could do it. Like, I could potentially get that on this character. I'd have to stretch my tree quite a bit though to make that happen. So it's most likely you're going to want to do 2 elements. Like, I could take lightning and I could take cold pen very, very easily, and then use the one that says I can't deal fire damage, so I can juggle between those 2. But on this character as well, I can't get Ellie Equilibrium, it's too far. Maybe I could drop some of this and maybe go with this. I don't know, it's just really awkward to get all 3. But we'll see. It's an interesting skill gem. I'm glad it finally got reworked. I'm hopeful that they keep reworking other skills, because this skill has literally been the meme skill for the longest time. I actually have a video where I did elemental hit versus shaper. I'll link that in the description below the video or up here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm curious. I'm always excited to see what you guys think, or how you're gonna build this skill. I think it might actually be fairly relevant in the meta if it gets enough damage, like elementalist elemental hit with triple herald, so you get 25% pen, all pen. Like, that sounds really, really good. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen with it, but we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to support what I do, my Twitch stream and my Patreon are linked in the description below this video. You can subscribe there, or you can support on Patreon for some exclusive benefits. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. That'll be Demi out.